Hey besties, it's me, Behind the Shade. Let's break it down. Behind the Shade, that is. Hit the subscription button, hit the like button, and please be respectful in the comments. And I would like to know, how would you rate this episode? I knew Joy in Clifton was having problems. That unseen footage of Joy, when a producer asked her, "Are you happy?" And she replied, "No, not really." Ah, and honey, not quick telling Carlos to be careful putting that wig on because she don't want to mess up his Beijing. Child, I almost hollered because, baby, that head is so fake. That fill in be so dark on the top and in the front. Can they lighten it up? Can they step back a little bit and spray that Beijing on a little further back so it can mist instead of shoot directly to the scalp? What am I talking about? Hey, besties, this is Behind the Shade, and we are talking about Love and Marriage DC, Season 3, Episode 14. This is the reunion Part 3 recap. Now, Winter says we start out, the episode continues from last week. Sorry, guys. And Winter says that Yusha, aka Joshua, wasn't that his name? Josh was his birth name. Frauded her. They go back and forth and back and forth. And Carlos butts in and goes back to the ski trip. I'll be like, well, hello, can we okay, let's go back to the ski trip. And then he moves to Joy and the Terry girl, the flashback when what is Terry? Some kind of psychic comes, and then he goes to the Joy and the Black and the Sherelle problem. Black cheated on her best friend with Sherelle. Carlos King asked Sherelle, was she a side chick? Who admits to that, Carlos? Who admits to that? I don't even think Ariana Curry will admit to being a side piece for Martell. I don't even think she would admit that. So she says no, so does Black. And Sherelle says they text. We text. And it's like they go back to the part of he taking her home once and that being that. But we find out that he had texted her, he was complimenting her on her weight loss journey and all this and all that. And he was at the end of the relationship with Joy's best friend. And he did admit to that. So we're getting somewhere, Black. We're getting somewhere because Joy ain't lying. Joy's best friend is not lying. She's doing the math. She was in the relationship. It's her relationship. She knows. She knows. And it's just like a man that's going to sit here and try to deny everything. And he think he's safe because he married Sherelle. I don't know. It's just Sherelle or Sherella. I may say both. Same person. Um, but that's how it goes. You guys are married. You saw her. That's why you took her home. You were attracted to Sherelle and you were interested. You were interested. So Black used to work at a school and he was having a career day or something. And so he asked her to come and talk to his class because he's attracted to you. He's losing it. He's losing interest with the best friend, with Joy's best friend, and he's seeking elsewhere. He's looking elsewhere. And it was Sherelle. Look, clearly, they're married with 2 kids. They're about to celebrate their 8th year wedding anniversary. So there may have been some overlapping, and that's what Carlos, that's all he wanted them to admit, that there was some overlapping. Because I'll tell you this, honey, Joy is a good friend. Yeah, she's all kind of stuff. She's emotional. She has her stuff, but she's a good friend. She over there holding it down for her friend, stand on 10 toes, and she is standing on business. You cheated with with Sherelle, and that's it. And say yes, just say yes, and they're not gonna do it. So he starts complimenting her while they was still in a relationship, while Black and Joy's best friend was kind of still in a relationship. And then she kind of told him, work that out, and then don't call at me, working on out, whatever. But they probably kept it light. I mean, relationships have to start somewhere, right? They have to start somewhere. New relationships start somewhere, and it's normally at the end of another one. It's the texting. It's the let me drop you off at home. It's the come. Can you come speak to my kids at career day? I like your fitness journey. Uh, this is how it starts. He had a plan. Black had a plan. um. So we go back to Winter and Yusha. They discussed that she needed space and time to heal, and that maybe they could be friends. And while they're at the reunion, they haven't talked in 5 months. It has been 5 months since they've seen each other. And he said they had only dated for about 4 or 5 months, no sex. So he just don't. He just. I mean, I kind of feel him. He's like, I don't see what the big deal is. She's sitting here acting out, going off on me. We only talked for 4 months, 5 months, no sex. Like, girl, what did you want? What did you think? What did you think? Like, I get you trying to hold out and you want to do things right. I get that, but okay, girl. So he says that Winter is good for reality TV. She got all the props and all the wigs. And so she says something, and he clapped back and says, let me use your broom. And everybody's like, oh, Yusha, oh man, calling her a witch, right? And he's all, I gotta get one in. Let me get one in. I had to get one in. So then we turn to the throuple. The throuple. The throuple. That is Clifton, Joy, and Carmen. Oh, goodness. So Urena told Joy what Carmen said about her at the retirement party, and Joy fired Carmen. Now, Carmen has said that she can't be fired by Joy because she never got paid by Joy. There's no contract with Joy. So there's no way you can get fired when you wasn't hired. So Carmen pretty much told Joy's business to people that Joy's not cool with. And that's the problem that Joy had. So Joy blocked her from social media and I guess stopped talking to her. So Carlos introduces Carmen to the stage. And no one budged, no one blinked, no one clapped, no one smiled, no one looked her way. Everybody was just resting face. So so here comes Carmen in her pretty white dress with her high split. She was cute. She sits down with Winter, and she looked like she is ready to go. Bring it. That's what Carmen was given. Bring it. So Carlos asked Joy, where did the throuple come from? The threesome. Did y'all have a threesome? Well, Joy says, I don't know. And then Carlos asked, did you guys have a threesome? And they're like, no. And then he asked, Clifton, did you and Carmen have sex? Woo. 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 They say no. But baby. Ooh. That was a hard quest. That was oof. So he asked, why is the friendship over? Joy says, ask Carmen. So Carmen says everything was cool until Urana interfered. So Urana butts in, and because Urana is standing on business. She's not playing. She clocked in. She's like, them videos I was seeing y'all at the bar, you was always with him without joy. And she's like, it's just inappropriate. I've been married 30 years. Why does she have to throw that out? I've been married 30 years and I know how other women are and this, that, and a half and blah, blah, blah. So Carmen and Urana are going back and forth. And it's a whole bunch of you be watching me on social media. Like, and then I think that's what Carmen said. And Urana told her, you're a nobody. Oh boy. I am somebody. Because you be watching me, so I'm somebody to you. That's what Carmen said. Urana told her, get a man. Oh. I just like how she get a man. And so Carmen is like, what? And it's a lot of back and forth because Carmen is saying, like, you met him. What are you talking about? And I think Winter said, oh, yeah, I met him. And she's like, they know him. They met him. You met him. You know him. And so she said, yeah, he's a stand-in man. And here go Carlos, not a renter center man. oh. So then back to the question, what happened to your friendship? So Joy then talks to Carmen because Carlos asked again, what happened to the friendship? And it's like what she said at the retirement party. Joy was Carmen was telling them, like, she's not my, they said, well, Joy says you're her best friend. Is she your best friend? And, remember Carmen was like, no, she's not. I don't agree with everything she does, and she don't take accountability, but I will tell her when she's wrong and that. So Joy asked her, why were you talking about me to them? They don't like me, and some of them don't like you. And then Joy goes into I've never said anything bad about you. Woo this and woo that, and this is like, here we are again. Joy is a good friend. And I'm going to keep saying that because she has demonstrated 2 times just now how good of a friend she is. She's a good friend. She's a good friend. And just because I'm talking to Carmen, just because, or am I talking to Joy? Joy. Just because Carmen said you're not her best friend doesn't mean you're not a friend. Why did you get so bent out of shape about that? She's probably had girlfriends in her life since junior high, elementary, high school, college. Like, calm down. Carmen is your husband's friend. She don't have to be your friend. Like, I had a male best friend. He passed away. But I had a male best friend. We were close, thick as thieves. I wasn't friends with his wife. I wasn't friends with her. And we were cool, right? But we didn't have that, we wasn't friends. That was his wife and I was his friend. And that's fine. So Joy, lighten up a little bit, and then just lighten up because she didn't say y'all wasn't cool. She just said y'all wasn't best friends. Okay, Joy. She's passionate. She's very passionate. So Carmen asked her, she said, so what I did say about you, it was true. What I said was true. I was like, oh my gosh. So then we see some unseen footage of Joy. And she just telling the producers how she didn't feel protected at Deep Creek. That's where they went on the ski trip. She said she didn't feel protected. And she feels like she's been dealing with this for such a long time. And so Carlos King asked, well, what do you want Clifton to stop being friends with Carmen? And she was like, I wanted Clifton to take up for me against Carmen for what Carmen was saying. I wanted him to defend her in that. And so Clifton pretty much feels that it was just a miscommunication. And it's like, oh, no, it wasn't. You were supposed to protect her and defend her, take up for her. And so he was just like, okay, like what? So like in Deep Creek, I wanted you to like take me out of the group when that Terry lady was coming at her. So I just wanted you to tell her to be quiet and get me out of there. And so he was saying, like, well, wait a minute, Joy. Like you entertained Terry's questions and her stuff. You were interacting, you were communicating, you were going back and forth with her. So she didn't know that you needed protection. And I think that was fair, but at the same time, you should just like, you okay? You know what I'm saying? You can kind of be like a boo, like, you okay? You know, a little touch on the leg, like, you okay? And so, and maybe that would have made her feel protected enough to say, let's go, or something like that. And so, yeah, he was just saying, like, you were engaged with her, so I didn't read that correctly. And he didn't know. Then he gonna ask, well, would you have listened to me if I'd have told you to come on? Boy. And I'm like, just like Clifton is a Sagittarius man. He gonna argue his rights. He gonna argue even when, yeah, you didn't protect your wife. You just sat there. Yeah. So Carlos King asked the couple, two of the three, the throuple, where are they at now? And so they said they're still learning each other, they're getting better, there's less tension, and they're building communication. And then Carlos asked Carmen, did she have anything else to say to Joy? And so I liked what Carmen did. I like this. This was good. She just said she apologized to Joy, and she said, I'm sorry that I didn't make you feel valued, but you are. And then Joy says, I received it. So does saying I receive it, is that the new I forgive you? Apology accepted? Is I receive it? Is that the new I accept your apology? So what we do understand is that Clifton and Joy, I believe they were on, what's the show they were on? Whatever. Something about love, something about something. I think they were on season 1. And they may have gotten married too soon. They don't know each other. And they're getting to know one another. They're still getting to know one another. And they may need therapy because it seems like they kind of went through this too fast. They seem like they missed some steps. Like they don't have the friendship. He don't know how to read her emotions. He don't know, he put in the logic instead of the love. And she's a Pisces. So you're going to have to treat her with care and a lot of love because that's just how Pisces are. I'm a Pisces, so I know I'm speaking from experience. We can be strong, but in our relationships, we want to be coddled. We want to be protected. We want you to stand up and speak and say and yes, she will listen, sir. She will, because you need to listen to what she's not saying. You should have been reading the room, reading her emotions, reading how her energy changed when that girl walked in the room and started charging at her, and just you kind of check in with like, you okay? You okay would have been nice. Like you touch her on her shoulder or touch her on her thigh, babe. Give her, babe, is everything you okay? You ready to leave? Something like that. Yes, come on, Clifton, get with it. So we're wrapped up. Season 3 is wrapped. So we got some unfinished business. So what we do know is Winter is not coming back. She can't handle the toxicity. She wants peace over drama. I believe she is seeing someone else and she's boning. She's getting her some. So that's good. And Carlos King told her, that she definitely needs some. So she's dating and getting some DICK, and everyone clapped for her. So we're not gonna see Winter, and I'm like, man, she was cool. Um, Clifton and Joy, they're learning and growing. She has more music coming out, and he is working on a pilot's license because he has a fear of flying. So he said the way he's going to overcome this is he's going to get his license. I thought that was kind of okay, Clifton, okay. Ashley and Quick. Ashley's books have sold out. Her kids are working, probably got some little businesses at home because I think her daughter had a business. I think I remember seeing them and they were doing something with her job. I can't remember what she was selling. I don't remember. Um, Quick says he wants to build his family bond because little does everyone think or know he wants to stop working so much. What? So we get to Jamie and Urana. Jamie says he is enjoying retirement and he is at peace, but he knows that Ashley is still mad at him, but he loves her, and they know that maybe they'll work things out. But he knows she's mad at him because of that mouth what he be saying on the internet. And Urana says she's adding more styles to her wig collection. And so they come out with a wig and put it on Carlos's head. And it looked a mess. And Quick gonna say, don't mess up the Beijing. And I hollered. Because sometimes I watch Carlos King sometimes when he's in his office. And when he laughs, he puts his head down and you can see the top of his head, and there be some stuff missing at the top. He got a sunroof up there. So when he comes out, he's all filled in and all dark, and it's like, okay, Beijing, okay. But nevertheless, I will say that the reunions were pretty good. I don't think we needed 3 parts, but if you notice, everybody had a turn. Like Ashley didn't say too much this part 3, but when Urana said something about get a man or something, and Ashley laughed, and Carlos said, "You laughing, y'all friends?" And she was like, "That was one. She deserved that. That was funny." So this, in fact, was, Joy, Clifton, and Carmen, and the wrapping up of Winter and Yusha. This show. This part 3 was for them. So we wrapped up. I believe they are getting a season 4. And Love and Marriage Huntsville starts Saturday. So we'll be covering that. Yes, we'll be recapping that. And I will say this show today, let me see this show. What do you rate this show? I think part 3 was good. I was interested, so I'll give it about a B. But I will say all 3 reunions, all parts, they were better than the whole season. And that's my word. Oh, that's my word. Okay, besties, let me know what you think. How would you rate the show? I'll give the reunions, all of them. I was interested. I was engaged. But I can't wait for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Ooh, this is going to be a mess because the blogs and the internet and YouTube has been buzzing about Martell and Melody and everything else. So I'll see you guys when I see you. See ya. Bye-bye.